Now, recently, Donald Trump released a short list of 11 possible nominees that he would pick for the Supreme Court. Now, while details on a lot of them are so far scarce, there is some information on at least one of them. A man named William H. Pryor Jr. And this information is not good. According to a legal advocacy group for LGBT people, Pryor, in their words, is, quote, the most demonstrably anti-gay judicial nominee in recent memory. Wow. Now, this advocacy group is called Lambda Legal, and they announced their opposition to the appointment of William H. Pryor Jr. to the U.S. Court of Appeals. Now, this was back in 2003, I believe. Now, he was going to be appointed to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit. Now, this group said that this man had repeatedly shown clear hostility to the rights of lesbians, gay men, bisexuals, transgender people, and even those with HIV. And also to women, people of color, disabled people, and others. Well, geez, man, I don't think there's anybody left. I mean, pretty much other than straight white guys. You know what? That kind of explains why he's on Trump's short list. So, okay, so where's the proof? Well, in a 2003 legal brief arguing to uphold a Texas law criminalizing consensual LGBT sex, Pryor compared gay sex to polygamy, incest, pedophilia, prostitution, and adultery, which makes no sense, and argued that states should be free to prosecute gay people as criminals. He said that the rights of LGBT people as a group are not protected by the Constitution. Quote, this court has never recognized a fundamental right to engage in sexual activity outside of the monogamous heterosexual marriage, let alone to engage in homosexual sodomy. Such a right would be antithetical to the traditional relation of the family that is as old and fundamental as our entire civilization. Well, so there goes your right of privacy, man. Not just for gay people, but for anyone. Anyone who is unmarried and sexually active. So only married straight people have the right of privacy. If you're not, well, you don't have a right to have sex if you are unmarried or if you're gay and in a relationship. Well, you think you can be married and gay? Not under Pryor. Oh, no. Because he doesn't believe in that either. Now, he also said that homosexuality was harmful and that Texas needed protection from it. Quote, Texas is hardly alone in concluding that homosexual sodomy may have severe physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual consequences, which do not necessarily attend heterosexual sodomy. Oh, so that's okay. Oh, okay, right. From which, and this is, Texas citizens need to be protected from that sodomy. We need to protect you from gay sex, but not from climate change, because that doesn't exist. Let's not protect you from corporations that poison your water or that buy your politicians, but gay sex, man. Hey, you need protection from gay sex? We're there, man. We got your back, but not in that way, because that's kind of gay. It's amazing, man. This guy is so virulently anti-gay. And yet here he is on Donald Trump's short list for appointment to the Supreme Court that could tip the balance. I mean, this could be an absolute disaster. But before I get to that, right, there's one more thing that he argued. He said, quote, there was no fundamental right to engage in homosexual sodomy just because it is done behind closed doors. Because homosexual sodomy has not historically been recognized in this country as a right. To the contrary, it has been historically been recognized as a wrong. It is not a fundamental right. So, once again, you have no right to privacy according to Pryor. Well, there goes Lawrence v. Texas, right? He could be there if it's brought to the court and the Republicans, the conservatives, have a majority. Well, there goes Lawrence v. Texas, which would criminalize certain forms of sex. You realize sodomy, right? Because that's what it would outlaw, right? So you can't, you can't do sodomy. You realize sodomy also includes blowjobs. So no blowjobs for you, for anybody. And gay marriage, gone. This guy would be an absolute disaster for all the progress we've made in the last few years when it comes to the LGBT community. To have someone as homophobic as this guy's on Trump's shortlist for SCOTUS is not a good sign. It's a terrible sign. And Trump, I'm pretty sure this was one of the 5 SCOTUS nominees that were given to him by the Heritage Foundation. Because Trump doesn't know what he wants. He's an idiot. He'll be like, oh, you guys want me to nominate this guy? Done. We'll make deals. It'll be tremendous. It'll be fantastic. I nominate this anti-gay guy. Because I don't know. Disaster, man. Disaster. This is why we need to nominate the candidate that is most likely to beat Donald Trump in a general election. To make sure that he never gets a chance to choose this guy. Or any Supreme Court justice. Because I can almost guarantee they're probably all terrible. And of course, the candidate that I'm talking about that reliably beats Trump every time is none other than Bernie Sanders. We still have a chance. Let's nominate this guy and then beat the hell out of Trump in the election.